Hey folks, Bennett here. I want to talk to you about the eShip Summit from Kauffman Foundation and share a little bit of our thinking and our tools that we share with our clients on community building and networking. And I live here at Alia's. This is where I have all my first appointments, so I figured no better way to start this conversation than just to come in and talk about how you use coffee shops in your community to build your networks and have those first meetings. So Daniel, come on in. Why don't you pan around, show people the energy.
What's that? Oh, well, that's good. Okay. Yeah.
So we're here at Alia's. I was just here yesterday, and I'll share that story in just a second. But instead of trying to give a lot of accurate information, this is a totally impromptu video where we just are grateful to have been nominated and to have this opportunity to share. So I'm just going to read the first paragraph of what I got in the mail or email, acknowledging the work that I'm doing in my community to help those that have dreams and are aspiring to start companies, to connecting them with people, resources, and then coaching them and mentoring them. So here's what I got in the email. Congratulations, you've been nominated to join us at the summit like no other. The eShip Summit, June 21st through the 23rd in Kansas City. We need you and people like you to empower the makers, the doers, the dreamers of our society. We believe that everyone has the fundamental human right to turn their idea into entrepreneurial reality, regardless of who they are, where they're from, with zero barriers in the way. The eShip Summit is a Kauffman Foundation's inaugural gathering for entrepreneurial ecosystem builders and leaders fighting to make that happen to scale in their communities across the U.S. And wow, what an honor to get something like this in my in-basket. You know, guys like me, bring our passion, our personalities, our education, our training, our life experiences with the dream of helping others fulfill their dream. And for me, I love to even inspire people to even think about dreaming. I call them the would-be entrepreneurs, because with the right tools and the right thinking and the right environment, people are creative and they're inspired to think that they can do more than's possible. And they do that by looking into their communities and into their cities and seeing other people succeeding. So places like coffee shops and co-share spaces, accelerators and incubators are critical elements to inspiring people to be inspired to start a company. This is my buddy Rafiki. Why don't you lay down, bro? Lay down. Anyway, so I'm here at Alia's, and I think, in wanting to share a little bit about, community building with you, this effort by the Kauffman Foundation is leveraging their economy to scale by asking the influencers around the world in the startup and entrepreneurial space, who should we bring together to equip and empower and to connect with others that are like them, so that they will have resources. They'll have people to go to when they hit their roadblocks of complexity, to be able to share life, the experiences, and the successes, the things that are working. My community, my network, raised their hand and said, we know this guy. And that's how community and networking works. When you prove to the world that you do what you say you're going to do, and that you do it in a way that's scalable, where there's fruit, where companies are succeeding and accelerating and growing, people recognize that, but sometimes you don't know that they're recognizing it. So to have been nominated to come to this inaugural international gathering that the Kauffman Foundation is putting on has just been a huge honor for me. Super excited. Boo, hey, lay down. Lay down.
The comic relief.
My large golden retriever is a little bit not so excited as I am. He's like, let me out of here. Anyway, so just yesterday, somebody in my network, in my community, connected me with a startup that just moved here 6 weeks ago. She sold her company in Utah, and is looking to open up her company here and was referred to. And so, like most first meetings, most companies that don't have office spaces, we use places like Alia's as gathering places where we can come and meet and connect and share our stories and help each other through our roadblocks and complexities in a really pretty awesome environment. So I just wanted to, remind people that, coffee shops, and we'll talk about the Confidence Foundation's 1 Million Cups when we move over to Trailhead, our local close share community. But really it is a low barrier place, low risk for people to gather at the smallest level of community building and network building and relationship building is just in a coffee shop. And I feel like, most startups are thinking about their ideas, building their technology, and they forget that really the simplest place to start your company, and even before you start your company, I think everybody that has a desire to have a bigger future than just average has to have an active network and an active community. And there are rules to those communities and those relationships. And I'm not just looking for connections, I'm looking for relationships. Now my network effect is somewhere over 42,000 at this point, but I'm actively engaged with probably about 50, influencers that are making a difference in my life. That I have really, really close relationships. And we don't need to go into the semantics of the values and the processes that I use that makes my network so powerful. In fact, part of this was to promote our new book, Prosperity Found in Peace. We've got a book launch coming out, but really that's not what's important. What I want to do, Daniel, who's taken this video, and our copywriter and co-founder in Programos Media, Daniel, I want to produce a free report on community building. If you go to philipdbennett.com, internally it's PDB, philipdbennett.com, we've got multiple blogs on community building, on networking. I've written extensively about it in my book, F Words for Startups and C Loops. But hey, let's go talk to Alia and see if they can confirm what I already know is true. Guys like this guy sitting here, doing something probably really important he's passionate about, or maybe he's just working in a cool environment, or the guys behind us. They've got their laptops on their table, or, what are they talking about? Are they talking about building a company together in the future? Are they talking about, selling a product? I mean, somehow they became connected. And they're building a relationship together. And it's what we do with those relationships that allows us to get awesome nominations like the eShip Summit. It's an inaugural event for the international game changers and community builders that are making a difference for people like you and your company. So hey, let's take a step up to the counter and say hi.
We would go, yeah.
Let's be polite and let her finish with the customer first.
Yeah, she's ready.
Awesome! Hey, it's good to see you again. It's been a long time. What, like 12 hours now?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, no, we're doing a video for the Confidence Foundation and their eShip Summit.
Okay.
And I firmly believe that the lowest form that you can possibly take, the simplest form to build relationships quickly, is to start in a wonderful place like Alia's.
Aww.
And I just wanted to, do you experience that every day looking out into this? Laptops out, people meeting,
Yeah.
and for the first time. Is that what happens here?
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, we love it, and we build friendships, and So.
Yep, and that's why I asked to come in here.
Yeah.
Wanted to include you guys in it because it is about networks and communities and building those relationships. Where it's like Cheers, where we know each other's face and we know each other's name. Anyway, on to the next thing. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.
You too. Thank you.
By the way, the food is awesome here. Thank you. All right, so we're picking up again after we walked a few blocks from that amazing serendipitous encounter of community building and connections to now walking into Trailhead, which is sort of like Boise's core community for startups. I mean, it serves the purpose as a co-share space, a meeting place, multiple meetup groups meet here. We've had VC firms from like the Valley speaking here. Startup Grind, which is sort of in pause at the moment. They're looking for a new director. Ran out of this space, and it's a place where, for I think they're 35 or 40 bucks a month, you can come in and drink coffee and have meetings and get in front of whiteboards. So, this week at Trailhead, they've got their list of what's going on. So like Friday, they've got a watch and learn opportunity. Startup Now on Monday. Startup Now on, and I don't even know what those are. But what I do know is that we share as we talk about the Kauffman Foundation and the values that they create for the community. 1 million cups is one of the ways that they do that. So it's community to scale. It's where they take a director in a community and they, around the idea of coffee shop meetings and people coming together in coffee shops, created a platform that actually accelerates the growth curve by having a path and a process to follow. Now, it's not completely not organic, but at the same time, there also is a process and a goal, a desired outcome, if you will. And here at Trailhead, the 1 million cups has a director, and is offered here is an opportunity for people to get together. So it's just great usable space, very low barrier, like I said, 30 to 40 bucks a month. And people can come and work here, connect here, have meetings here. More importantly, they can come here for the meetup groups and the continuing education that takes place. And I know that Trailhead's developing programming for like code writing, some things internally that are not fully, steeped and vetted and flushed out yet, but there are things that are coming. So Trailhead is a vital impact to the Boise community for the startup community here. So I just thought we'd stop in here and sort of take one step up from a coffee shop meeting to sort of what a co-share space looks like. We're sort of one step above where we offer the education piece, but also a workroom for freelancers, helping them learn how to create, package, and sell products to fund their startup and then put them into it. And that's our Collaborate brand. So more of a hybrid accelerator, hybrid incubator. And we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to continue this story, if you will, I think on the 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th, where I'm going to go mentor at Fledge, which is an amazing acceleration program. Fledge's sister brand was Kick. Michael Looney founded both organizations, which has now been rebranded Spring and is located in Vancouver. So we're going to get a chance to go do a workshop up in Vancouver with Spring. So look for those videos too. It'll be pretty cool, because if you're looking for an awesome socially good acceleration program that has some pretty awesome terms as far as financing afterwards, Fledge is a great place to apply. All right, Daniel, let's go wrap this up over at the the Anne Frank Memorial along the Boise Greenbelt. It's just a couple of blocks away. So here we are walking into really probably one of my favorite places along the Greenbelt. I mean, we talked a little bit about the Greenbelt project that Daniel and I will be adding to our new company, Programos Media, where we're going to be building community around this Greenbelt and this community. And this Human Rights Memorial for Anne Frank, it's serendipitous. I used to look at things like this and go, oh, it's taxpayers' dollars, wasted, and why do we need this? I mean, we can read the book. But there's just something when you just look at families, coming, and it allows people to have conversations. And, planned or not planned, there really is a tranquility, a calming effect. And me, being somebody ADD, where my brain's going all the time, to come here and sort of reflect on humanity and our history and listen to the water, to interact with other people. Boise State University is just right on the other side of the bridge here in the Boise Greenbelt, and we'll go over there. But I want to sort of just sit down and sort of just summarize. My dog wants to get wet.
Naturally.
You wanna be free? I think we can get away with it, Boo. What are you doing? So, as we're taking you on this little journey today, why there are self-serving motivations for me to want to expand my community and my desire to help more people and to create solutions that are scalable so that instead of having one-to-one meetings in coffee shops, I can put groups of people together in a room and teach 100 or 1,000 at a time. That's why I'm going to mentor at Fledge at the Impact Hub in Seattle. That's why I'm going up to Spring U in Vancouver to do a workshop and talk to them about transferring a classroom environment to a virtual world for startups that has no barriers. Any single mom who wants to learn how to start a company after her kids have gone to bed should have access to that training. It's removing those roadblocks to a bigger future that I'm extremely passionate about. And to circle this back into really with what the intent of today's video is, it's really about the Kaufman Foundation and how they have created scales across the planet for humanity to succeed, to excel, and removing those barriers that keep people stuck by offering them access. And that's why I'm absolutely just wholeheartedly passionate about this whole video, is to just give something back to them for what they've given to me, which is energy and inspiration, going like, hey, we see you and we want to equip you. And that really is the secret of community, because what that does for me is it then bounces off, and I take what I've learned and the energy that it's created for me, and then I share it. And that truly is the secret about running and managing a network, a community. And I'm not talking about connections, I'm talking about friends. And, influencers will work with you when they see that you're working with other people. They learned a long time ago that, one-to-one is just one position move. But when you put a multiplier on it to somebody who has a community that they're giving back to, all of a sudden the access to these people becomes much easier, because they know that their effort with you has a multiplier behind it because you're sharing it with other people. You're not just keeping it to yourself. And life is about sharing. As Zig Ziglar, said, God rest his soul, to get what you want in life, you have to help enough other people get what they want out of life. And the Kaufman Foundation and this video are helping me get more out of what I want out of life, which is to help people by recognizing the work that I'm doing. And now I can say, hey, look, I got this cool thing, but really it's all about, hey, look what I can use this cool thing for, to reach more people, to expand and open up my community, and to build more relationships with people that are way above me that I can bring in to speak to my community. So networking is at the core of all startups. I think for all people. And when you realize that you have an idea, you have a dream, you have a vision, you have a passion, and you want to start something, remember, you're not alone. You have a community. It may not be formalized on LinkedIn or Facebook or a Rolodex or in your contacts on your phone. All those things are places where you have community organically, and somewhere, someplace, there's somebody in that community that can help you take that first step to become the best version of yourself possible. Don't give up on your dreams. Be persistent. Follow your heart. Don't do it, blindly, but do it. So, hey, let's just take a walk real quick, take a look at the bridge in the Boise Greenbelt, and we'll wrap this up. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at Sledge in a couple of weeks, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in one of our virtual training classes for spring. I hope you read my books, F Words for Startups, C Loops for Exponential Growth, which speaks specifically about client acquisition and how you use your community for your first clients, and then how you create lifetime value by delivering experience. C Loop is a great book. It's like a 90-page quick read. It's not a workbook. It's not a recipe. It's a thinking, and trying to get you to think about these things, because I don't have the answers to your problems. You do. I'm just trying to help draw the answers out that you already have inside of you. The new book, Prosperity Found in Keys, super proud of that book. Talks about purpose, passion, but specifically what I think is the most important key ingredient after community is just persistence. If you've got a dream, you have to pursue it. The surest way to, well, let me say it another way. How does the quote go? It's quitting is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. So be persistent in your own life and in your own dreams. And thanks for paying attention. Let's go look at the river. Come on, Boo. Boise is a great place. It's a great community. So if you're looking for a place to start a business, I can help you do it here in Boise. Again, philipdbennett.com. Get your free report, my little secret sauce for community building. That, to me, is the most important thing I can give you today from this video. Is if you just go to my website, philipdbennett.com, just go to the contact section. Hey, I watched the video, send me the free report. I'll send it to you. So thanks, have a great day, and I'll look forward to seeing you in Vancouver and Seattle next week. See you, bye.